What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7, and I have another car here, and this time it's a little 1/18 scale crawler from Partner Racing. Now this guy is ready to run, four-wheel drive. It obviously is a rock racer or rock crawler style design, and also does have a 3-in-1 ESC, which is a 2x4 gigahertz, also has a speed controller, and it does have its own little engine sound kit. But that's it for this little bad boy. Let's see what you get inside. First up, we have an instruction manual, and we do have one here for the 2x4 gigahertz controller and also for the car itself. Basic stuff here tells you about the car itself and some of the functions. It gives us a good part listing and also exploded views, which is always handy. And the 2x4 gigahertz transmitter. One thing about it, it does have a nice little LCD display here, and this manual actually goes in depth a fair bit more than normal manuals to tell you how to change some of the settings. For example, your trim settings, your reverse settings, and also your endpoint adjustments, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right. Yep. Now you get two boxes, and obviously let's go through this one first because we want to get the stuff out of the way before we get to the actual car. And here is our 2x4 gigahertz transmitter. Fairly small. It only takes 4 AA batteries. Win-win. Straight away there. On-off switch, and here is your little LCD here. We'll get rid of this cover and we'll get some batteries in here just so we can see the little screen. Okay, so there's a little LCD there, and obviously it's got different menus and all that kind of stuff. You push these two buttons together like that to get into the sub menu, and you can go through your things like that: throttle trim, steering reverse, throttle reverse, endpoint adjustments, all that kind of. And you can also, looks like you can adjust the sound from here for the actual car itself. That is pretty cool, and gives you your battery voltage. Sweet, pretty comfortable, doesn't feel too cheap at all, and not too bad. I quite like it. It's got a nice little foam pad around the steering wheel here, so yeah, pretty comfortable. But let's go check out the car. Okay, here is the box the car is in. Sweet, gives you a scale of size of it. There's my hand, and we have stuff in here as well. Keeps on giving. So what have we got in these little sleeves? Oh, battery, and so here we get preload dampers for the springs, and you also get 3 different sizes of Allen keys. Got here is a little Velcro strap, which I presume would be for the battery. Simple USB charger for the battery there. You can see it plugs into the, see if I can get that out, plugs into the balance port. Here is our 7.4 volt 2-cell Lipo battery, 550 milliamp size there, and 20C. But you don't need to use that USB charger. You can always use a general hobby grade charger and zap that guy up ASAP. We have another one here. What's in this one? Oh wow, that's kind of nice. I wasn't expecting that. There is a full size Allen wrench there. That's really cool. Okay, that is all we get there. Okay, so here is the car itself. It does look pretty cool, I must admit, and there's the transmitter, so that should give you an indication how big it is. It is 1/18 scale. As you can see, it is 4-wheel drive, locked differentials. It does have a traditional style 4-link suspension, just like a 1/10 scale crawler does, so it works pretty well. And all this stuff is obviously plastic. The good thing about it, the internal gears are metal, so shouldn't have any issues if stripping out gears there. Not only because it's metal, but it is very light. The tyres here seem to have foam inserts, pretty soft. I guess I'd be pretty grippy for it. They seem pretty decent. Nice wheel design there. Does have a cool roll cage system, as you can see. It kind of looks like an axial 1/10 scale crawler. I'm not too sure what the car name is, but it does look nice. These panels seem to be, they can be taken off, and it seems to me that they have, they do, a coating, a plastic coating. There we go. Got a bit of bling now. Got the shine happening. It does also have a really cool scale interior there. 2 seats. Red seats and a red steering wheel in there as well. And it also does have, I think, 3 colors all up. So if you want, go check out the Banggood link. That's where this guy's from. So yeah, there we go. Let's take this off. Looks much nicer without that blue hue to it. But there we go. That's where you put your Lipo battery in there. I believe that is the speaker. And up in here is your 3-in-1 ESC. So yeah, everything looks pretty cool. Your motor's obviously in there, and it's got a small transfer case just there. Does have some scale detail. There we go there on the axles. Does look pretty cool in my opinion. Does have little metal standoffs for the suspension, and also the ball ends here where the actual, you know, suspension components all meet. So it does look pretty cool. Got some rock sliders here to not get hung up, and everything seems to be pretty nice. There's nothing that really can hang up here. Everything seems to be really well made, or thought of at least. Nice flexible or semi-flexible bumper bar, and it does have a small steering servo on the front and mounted to the front axle. All these links are all plastic, just like everything else in the car, but you know, it's not heavy, it's not a competition crawler, so it should be more than good enough for this little guy. But first impressions, it does look pretty cool. Alright, I put the included battery in there, and a little on and off switch is, I couldn't find it before, it's just in here, so just push down on that little button in there. And I forgot to mention before that this does have a drag brake included in the ESC, which is a nice little feature. But there we go. Everything is turned on, and you notice that the engine sound just increased. And the good thing about this is that steering is proportional, and so is that throttle. That's pretty cool. That's nice. And also the good thing about the sound is also proportional as well. I'll show you here. It's pretty loud on that little speaker as well. Now I'm pretty sure you can change it in this menu. Let me just, oh that's right, and if you don't touch it for a few seconds it'll turn off, but it, as you can see, it just turns off. I think hit the throttle again, it'll start back up again. But let me see if that volume is, or you can change it. Reverse, EPA, here we go. Now let me see if I put that down and start the throttle again. Yeah, it is, it's actually a bit quieter. Pretty cool. If you don't like the sound, you can always turn it down or just unplug it from the ESC. Simple as that. So that's a nice feature. Let's get the battery charged up and let's just do a little course inside the house here. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this video for the PRC Racing 1/18 scale rock crawler or rock racer. It is pretty capable. It has some pretty, I didn't show it before in the video, but it has some decent articulation, you know, for its size. It's not too bad. It's like my, yeah, well that's kind of like my whole fist nearly underneath there. And you can also adjust the suspension damping with those little preload clips, sorry. And it is pretty cool. I do like the fact that it has onboard audio and you can adjust it on the fly via the radio. I think that's a really cool little trick there. The battery lasts a while. I haven't really run it for full pack yet, but oh sorry, for more than one pack, sorry, but it probably lasts a good 20 minutes or so, general crawling around the office or around the room like you just quickly saw. But I wouldn't mind taking it outside and see how it works, so I'll probably feature it in another video in the near future. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Go check out the link, it is down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, you know where to leave them. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Heaps and heaps of cool new content coming your way. So thanks guys, appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.